Alright guys, I want to do this quick video on the Vocalist Live 5. I just received it. It took me quite a while to figure it out, so I just wanted to share at least what I've learned at this point. I'm going to try to keep my comments regarded to mostly just the harmony feature on it. There's several. You got the preamp and the EQ and the reverb and the guitar mix, which are all pretty much your standard guitar mixes. For the purposes of what I use it for, I actually use a different mix, but it's pretty straightforward. So, but if you hit this button here, like for the gate and such, if you go here to the type, it'll show you the ratio, the threshold, the attack. You just adjust these knobs up here to determine that's what you want to do. But for the pitch correction and the harmony is what I want to spend the most time on. So if you hit the pitch correction, the first one you get is this type. You have it's either on or off. The manual says to use Chrome. This PC Chrome is kind of the idiot-proof version. I haven't played with these other two, so I've left it there. The second piece is the key. It's the same thing here. It says that if you do the Chrome, that this one is irrelevant. So you'll have to play with that if you're a techie on that. But it does get into the window. This one here talks about the rate in which it will, or how much correction it will allow you to have. So if you're closer to the note, the window, if you have the window really huge, it'll correct anything. If you have the window really small, you have to be pretty close before it'll correct it. The rate in which it corrects it has to do with the sharpness or how fast it will correct it. So it typically, if you crank it to the top, it'll correct it pretty immediately. But if you have it really low, if you're holding a long note, it takes a little bit longer to correct it. And then obviously this one is how much you're going to hear that voice change. On the harmony, which is the one that I want to spend the most time on, has the first one is the voicing, and what it does here is that if you look, there is first there's no harmony, then you've got an eighth down, then you have a fifth down, a third down, another version of you. I'm not sure what the U's are. Or yeah, a third of you, a fifth of your voice, an eighth of your voice, and then it has the two voices. So you got an eighth down and an eighth of you, and so you can kind of see here the 12th. So now we're looking at two different voices here: third down, third up, third down, fifth of you. Then there's two U's, a third of U's, and you can see that. Then it gets into the three voices: third or eighth down, fifth down, third down, eighth down, another one of you, and an eighth up. You get the point there. There's 25. Then it will get into four voices: fifth down, fifth up, and I'll talk, and then just a four of you. If you get over here to the gain, it talks about the harmony or the balance. The lower you make this number, the more of the male voice will appear. The higher you make that, if you make it above 50, the more of the female voice will appear. Then this one gets into, I always keep it at main, not sure the difference. Then it talks about the style. So it's got 8 styles. The ones I've only played with, the gospel kind of sounds gospel-y. Has a mix, but there's a gals and a guys. You can mix them. So those really 3, guys and girls, gals, and guys, and then got kind of a drunk feature, which is interesting. I haven't found a reason to use that. So wanted to share that with you. It has 50 settings for the it has 50 settings for, I would take that about 100 presets. 51 through 100 are a repeat they're just basically picking a variety of all these. If you look over here, these lights over here will change. Pitch correction, preamp. You know, if you're looking over here as I'm switching them. The first 50 you can change. So you just hit the store button. It's pretty straightforward. It's not overly complicated. But I think that the thing that I want to share that I had a difficulty with was understanding what the heck these mean. But if you want to make an adjustment on the delay, you go to the type, the level, the damping, the time, and the feedback, and you adjust those here. If you want to store it, then it gets into the preset. It also has an A and B channel, so if I got my setting at here, and I go, I want maybe all guys in one verse and then all girls in the next chorus as an example, then you could set it that way. If you notice here, I've got my guitar level all the way down. In the back, you have to have, you could do your guitar in, my guitar through. So my guitar through goes to the Bose tower and the tone match. And then your guitar in, if you don't want this to mix for you, you've got to turn this guitar down. So I turn that down. Here's your harmony level. Here's how much your vocal level. Everything else is straightforward. Like I said, I haven't messed with the reverbs and the lead effects. All of those are kind of your standard language, but I think most of you, if you're buying the Vocalist 5, you're buying it because you want pitch correction and harmony. Obviously, the button over here works really well. I've been extremely happy with it. I'm going to post a bunch of videos of us using it, and that way you'll get a feel. But just for this video, I wanted to give this to you. That's pretty much it. And post any comments if you have questions. The one little button here is, it's a little bit of the, if you turn that off, this is kind of the computer taking over as you change chords. You can change keys and majors, but if you want the computer to change the chords, if you're gonna, this gets a little complicated in my opinion, but if you're singing the song in, in D, then it's only going to work in that major chord. This is going to do mostly everything for you. As you play, you'll see these lights kind of light up. Your vocals will light up and so on. So hope that helps a little bit. Everything that I've looked at online really didn't give me what I'm wanting, and I'm hope that's helpful a little bit. And then you have to check out the other videos to actually see how it works, or if you like the actual sound. But I'm really pleased with it.